If we are going to get Shiva's power, I would like it to be voluntary rather than for Jill to die. I will be very cross. Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Yes, so... Yeah, so we're going to go and confront Jill's past and Jill's story now. We shall do that after this brief, for you, not for me, cut. I need to go and cool this room down because it's almost 30 degrees in here. Now, be right back.
2 days later.
Have you ever had one of those days where you get back from work and you just know that if you go upstairs and start getting changed, you're just going to sit down on the bed and fall asleep, and then it's going to be like 3 AM and you're not going to be in any kind of state to do anything? That's my day. So apologies for slightly more formal Demajen today, but I've got back from work and I will fall asleep if I go and, you know, take off my teacher garb. So I have not done so. We are going to... I've ummed and ahed about what I want to do today, but I've been and changed some gear around. Are these chocobos going to attack me? No, they are not. Wonderful. I've changed some gear around, changed some abilities around. I'm going to try some different bits and pieces today, just because I want to. You there, Hornets. It is Tuesday today, which means that it's been like 48 hours since I last did anything for this game. I did fall asleep last night when I got home from work. Jill, are you struggling? Let me help you. Oh, and actually, I'm going to try the toggle accessory. Because to the best of my knowledge, it doesn't get rid of any achievements or whatever. Toggle. Yes. I just want to see what it's like. Yeah. So we'll have the little paw print icon in the corner. And that is fine. Where are we actually going? We're going over here. Oh, this is going to meet up with the area with Martha's Rest that we've already been. Looks like there's probably going to be, yeah, stuff down here that we can't get to as well. I quite like the way the world is opening up. It's not too fast, but as I think I was saying, I was kind of expecting to be in the deserty area for this. What's going on here?
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Oh, black shields.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn.
I do like their armor.
'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
They are picking on the old folk.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
The trouble is, if Clive and Jill intercede, it's going to bring more trouble
Business
down.
can the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right. I heard you the first.
That's not a great turn of phrase, is it? Oh, no, it is a great turn of phrase. That's kind of the issue.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
We're a long way from home. Anything new for... Ooh. Increases limit break generation amount by 6% when taking damage. Night Terrors Orchestrion roll. Oh, elixirs are now available. Instantly restores all HP. I'm really hoping, though, that we get some actual
Fare you well?
buffs, you know, to our potion. Maybe in terms of how many we can carry? Or maybe just in terms of potency. That tends to be a more soulsy thing, doesn't it? Hello, youth.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a black shield was
That wasn't
murdered.
us.
The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits.
Yeah, so they are...
Dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
Do they have 100 full legions left? Mayor's
There was
wife.
a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
Should just steal your stuff while I'm here. 10 spools. I like the word spool.
We're going hunting for outlaws.
Oh, is that Tool whimpering? Goblin coin.
You seen him, didn't you? I'm sorry.
Who? What?
The Black Shield.
Oh, yes.
Just now.
We did. We were here.
At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Well, they've got
Was
black
this the
on.
first time they visited the village? What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Well, if they've got a description, then chances are when we showed up, they'd have noticed us, or somebody in the village sounds like they'd have turned us in.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone.
Well, clearly not, because the
So
Black
I
Shields
call
are
it
just
submission.
here.
But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Yes, very harsh and very political.
These people live with a knife to their throats,
Some would argue too much for a Final Fantasy game.
in the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother
I
will
haven't
show
paid
them
enough
mercy.
attention to some of the others.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond.
It could
But
be
other
us.
than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome.
Nobody really. Nobody that
Find
we've
them
met.
before the Imperials do.
Most of the people that we have met
Perhaps
are
the
dead,
next village will yield
unfortunately.
more answers.
Perhaps.
It is really interesting writing to see the shift character-wise with Jill. She's gone from that hopeful, optimistic
This pass will take us through the mountains.
young woman.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
And here, she's being very either pessimistic or realistic, depending on, you know, how you measure these things personally.
Careful.
What are these things doing above ground?
Ever since the apology, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea.
Oh god, this is so much easier with Torgal being automatic.
Over here!
A fine hound? Yeah, it looks like Torgal keeps your combo going. And you can still command him. That's cool. I like that. I think I'll keep that on. But it does fill up an accessory slot. And you've only got 3 to work with. So... anything... we came from up there, didn't we? Didn't we? Yeah, I think. I don't know. Are these enemies? Yes, they are. I just wanted to see what this is like. I can't see shit. Is what it's like. Okay, that was cool. What's the cooldown on it? Fairly significant. Couldn't see anything. It does a lot of stagger damage. No. Yes, does a lot of damage to their will, which will stagger them. The... yeah, it looks like Torgal's programmed to fill in the holes in your combo. Did I see a chest? I did. Ching! Yes, I was saying that the kind of low humming ambience in the background is very interesting. It adds a certain sense of dread. Hello, Black Shields.
More of my mother's men.
Oop. Ah. Can I can at least still lock onto them through this. How have you managed to escape? Look at that. Right. Anyone still left alive? Yes, this War Wyvern. Ow. Down here.
This one.
Spent a good chunk of time in the air. Huh. Have we been... We're not under Care Norvent, are we? Oh, hello. Yeah, I must admit, I am not a big fan of the circle move for Vermoo. The kind of lock-on turrety thing. That's not my
Clive.
cup of tea.
It's still wet.
That's quite a lot of blood. Oh, hello.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
Okay.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your
What, you think we're
steel.
scared of you?
Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation.
Yes.
To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Yes.
I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Hey, Black Shield. Oh. Oh yeah, I got the Will of the Wisps thing as well. Sit on the floor. Right.
Nice try.
Aha! Slice. Oh yeah, I've got this on. I'm going to keep on doing this now and be completely confused every time I use it. I can't see shit. There we go. That was awful. Yes, I do not think Garuda's ultimate helps me out much. It's cool, and it's a good ability. I just don't think it helps me.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message.
Oh?
Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Auldhyl. Guardians of the Flame.
Auldhyl.
Those are Auldhyl's gates.
Then we hurry.
But right there, that's convenient. Immediately turns around and runs the other way. I saw shiny. Right. So, wrong button. Quick change, because fortunately you can literally respec these as and when you want. Let's put Wicked Wheel on. Could try Flames of Rebirth as well. What's the cooldown on that? Doesn't say, but it looks cool. Yeah, you can see how Aerial Blast does a huge amount of the kind of stagger damage, but you can't see anything through it, which is a bit of an issue. And that... What does Mastering Blind Justice do? Increases number of lock-ons. Yeah. I kind of wish you could replace the circle ability, but you can't. Can I master... Can upgrade Scarlet Cyclone? Because that gets used quite a lot. Yeah, let's upgrade that. Could master Limit Break. What did... that adds a third Limit Break gauge so that we... Because that's going to be useful for the entire game. Or we could master Lunge. Increases lunge distance. Down first I've just not been using. Stomp I've not been using either. Charge magic. Reduces charge time. Okay. We'll do that. And we'll do that. If I don't like it, I can reset it because that's how the game works. I need to reset something to this. Put Wicked Wheel on. Right. Yes, this kind of really low drone reminds me of the... And the fog, actually. Combined with the fog, it reminds me of what happens before the Odin battle in FF14. Right, what kind of state is this place going to be in?
Find something, boy. Death.
Are all the bearers dead? A mass grave.
Found her.
Yep. These people that we've met.
This was my mother's doing.
Just such a bitch.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know.
To draw us out.
I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
Time to light a fire.
What madness drives her, and I will end it.
Match aside.
We should go.
I'm not going to burn the bodies at least.
We can't leave them here like this.
I was going to
We
say.
won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Yeah. And there are but two of us. Well, three, technically, because the dog is better at combat than I am. Oh, God.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
It is just a... It's a grim setting, is what it is. And it's not going to be for everyone.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road. Hush, no. You didn't hear nothing.
The thing about Final Fantasy games that gets people so uppity is that everybody has their first Final Fantasy game, and everybody has their favourite Final Fantasy
this
game,
is their
and
home.
it's possible it's the same game. But people automatically assume that the tones of all the other games in the series should be like the one that they like. Like, yeah, there's an argument going on right now that I've seen just glancingly on social media as I've been, avoiding everything else. A lot of people are complaining that this is a bad Final Fantasy game because it no longer has the turn-based combat. It's like it has been 20 years since the last turn-based Final Fantasy game. There have been 6 games out of 16 that are not turn-based, and yet everybody's like, oh, well, if it's not turn-based, it's not Final Fantasy. It's like, for most people playing this game, it's never been turn-based. Anybody born after 2000, and let's see, people who are old enough to play this, so people who are 18, might have had 13, FF13, 14, 15 be their first Final Fantasy game. It's only old folks like me who are old enough to really remember the roots of the series, and quite frankly, I much prefer these later games. Don't get me wrong, I love Final Fantasy IV and I love Final Fantasy VI for the plots, but I don't really care about the battle system all that much. Turn-based was alright. It was fine. But I'm not leaping out and saying, oh yeah, no, I want a turn-based video game in 2023. This is one of the reasons why I never really got on with Bravely Defaults, or Bravely Default 2, or that one with the shields and the dancing. What was it called? Octopath Traveler. Admittedly, the shield system was what killed the pace of that game's combat for me. I like games with... Yeah, you can run crabs. Oh. Oh. Is this still a... There we go. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed the turn-based stuff at the time, but I don't need turn-based to make a comeback in 2023. Not when we can have
the Lazarus.
More interesting and more nuanced combat, which
place?
I would argue that
My
this
mother happened.
has.
The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Mind you, I mean, I like Final Fantasy XIII's system. So, what do I know? Should I be allowed to have an opinion? The correct answer to that is, of course, yes, I should be. Just like you are entitled to your opinion that turn-based is better if that is what you want. Just as it is your right to criticise the recent trend, recent being the last 20 years, of Final Fantasy games being more action-oriented.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Uh-oh.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice friends dogs they are!
I love the fact that they've actually modelled Clive's little laces coming off his tunic.
Better out there than in here! Fuck off! I'm the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand!
This is going to turn into a riot.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
I thought we might stop and help, but clearly not.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
No.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Typical nobility.
Lazarus.
Oh. The ambience disappeared.
We'll find our way into the city there.
Oh no, it's back.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned.
Well, that's probably for the best.
Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Nice. Black light burns.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Auldhyl.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Would it were that easy? Place your bets. Is it going to be that easy?
Now we know why the refugees didn't come here.
Keep looking then.
Everything's barred up. Not allowed in. Oh, I started pressing that too early. Again, it's a nicely realised place.
This is nothing like I remember it.
All overgrown.
Quickly a crown can lose its luster.
So this is where the nobles were situated, did it say? One assumes we are going to get ambushed. Although, I can't really see anything that's... Never mind.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Thieves!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Ah, darn. Shocking. But also, a better place for a fight.
Or not.
I like the fact that he was willing to...
This one.
You there.
Get him.
Oh, no. You.
Over here.
Let's put this on. Because this seems to hit things multiple times, and yet you still have full control of your character, which is nice. Well done, Toggle. How long does this stay active for? Oh. Why does that always happen? Enemies bested. Yes, apologies again if I'm coming across as a little bit...
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Oh, it's what's his face? The guy that we saved.
Forgive me, my lord.
Wade, that was
I
it.
knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
He survived.
We can speak inside.
Sorry for killing all your men. Oh no, they've just been bested. They're not dead. That was handy. I'm sure Torgal knew the difference.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after.
Ah.
There is only so much a handful
was
of
the
aging
name.
shields can do against the might of an empire.
Good old empires in Final Fantasy
We've
games.
seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant.
Good for you, Sir Wade.
Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Auldhyl.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
Yes, what's changed?
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
She's had a kid.
As to why?
So they've got a half-brother.
Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready.
Yeah, no hesitation. Good man, Sir Wade.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Good man, Sir Wade. Good man. We're going to go and help?
Yours and ours.
Yes, we are.
We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must.
There will be a retaliation, but that will take at least a little time.
So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yes, I suspect you were. Mostly because we just downed half your men.
If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at
And they're going to kill Sir Wade now.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I was sure that they'd all died, but I suppose if Ambrosia got out.
More than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
Yoink! Okay, so preparing for a fight. There is indeed a quartermaster, and they have new things. What new things do you have for us?
To what little we have managed to salvage.
Crimson. Yes. Desert Rose. Used in crafting. Oh. Lionheart tonic, yes. Right, we'll have a potion. I'm going to have some high potions. Guess I'm not stupid.
An honor.
Nor am I good. Sir Wade.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing
Draw
an
them into a trap.
opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements. who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills.
Pincer.
This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While
The
the
bold
Black
plan.
Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
Yes, because heavily armored
How small
opponents
exactly?
struggle.
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Auldhyl have been laid to rest.
Good.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
Yep.
And so we shall.
So we shall. Black or white? Prioritize quest. Party members. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Okay. Sir Clive. Sir Clive? Sir Wade is now our guest, and he's got his own little thing. Something's gonna happen to Jill. Something's gonna happen to Jill. And then, to be honest,
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention.
Huh.
It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
I'm reasonably certain that the game is not going to end well for Clive either. Yeah, I've been saying all along that it's very much set up as a tragedy. And the thing about tragedies, folks, is that the protagonist rarely survives the end.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
I'm ready. Oh. Hello, folks.
What is it now? I told you.
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields?
Oh, guys.
Then
Guys.
Die along with your flame.
As bad as I am. And I am.
For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your
Right.
petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
That's what we got to do.
This one.
Oh. Oof, jeez. Well done, Jill. At the lot?
Reinforcements from the
Aha!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Oh, we are a wyvern, you say? Get rid of these guys first. Well done, Toggle. Right. That was the wrong button. Oops. Right, how do I play again? No. Ah, shite. There we go.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't stand flattered.
not my best attempts, to be honest, but hey.
This one. Too slow. Your wits, my lord.
Keep your wits, yes. I win. Oh. Oh no, another dragoon.
A noble stand,
The Lasting Dark.
albeit a misguided one.
They're all
taking it,
so
You have
sneery.
proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Oops, that was far. Oh, shite.
Help me, boy. Nice try. Come on.
Oops.
To me, boy.
Ah.
That's better.
Yeah, you can do it. Take all of that. You Toggle, just take that hit for me. Double jump.
So wait. Found her. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
We finish him. This one.
Oh, you can actually get the counter. Nice. That was too slow. That was also too slow, apparently. Damn it. Uh-huh. Nice.
It's over.
Enemies slain. Imperial Link. Dragon Talon, why it's We
I
win
don't see any more.
for now.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
But
It did. It bloody worked.
so
We
why
sent
it's not
every
surprised.
last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Yeah, what's Annabella's response gonna
No, I
be?
doubt my mother will take this
Yeah.
loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
I need to cut off the head.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battle to preserve
Annabella
the
never
fame that
cared
was,
about
but
it. She
for
cared
every
about
foe we
power.
fell, another springs up in its place.
Securing her
Be that
legacy.
as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it.
as we always have, and always will.
Quite right, Sir
For as
Wade.
long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die.
A
And
good
her
man.
loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Putting words in his mouth so that Clive doesn't have to admit that he's not gonna take back over. Some 20 renown. Is that enough to get us the next thing? Was it 85 that we needed? And then 100? Because wasn't it a berserker? One of the two? Ring? I don't know what it does. Just know it was purple.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Aha.
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians.
So we were in the right
And
to
had
come
I
to
known
him
of this
as an
power
ally.
back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained.
Yes.
Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so,
No.
it sickens him to the soul. He plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong
Let's
move
just
might
hope we
prove
don't
his
get him
downfall.
killed then.
It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
A seal?
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalty
I do wish these showed up on our personage. I guess it makes sense that they don't, because somebody might recognise the mark elsewhere, but it would be nice.
I don't want my men attacking
You know,
you again.
He's got a nice belt.
Unless you deserve it.
He's got a nice belt across there that these pin badges could go on.
Or the Lord
Ah,
Commander.
Sir Tyler didn't make it. And we know,
If
Rodney
there is ever
didn't.
anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
I'm so glad he made it out. And it makes sense, because he was wounded, wasn't he? And then Joshua saw to his wounds, and we kind of left him in a corridor. So he'd been shielded. Ooh, look at that. Port Isolde. Rossfield Manor.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
It's a very low table.
Not a chance.
Are we to be surprised?
All right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Is he coming in armour? Yes. Yes, he has. With a big axe.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
He looks like Alwyn.
Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
How are we going to get out of this?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer,
For thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Something only he would know.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Madder in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Oh man, that got me. Well done, game.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
Something to do with the child?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must
Has she been
maintain the
infected
illusion of
with
obedience.
something?
That's all I can do to aid Wade and his
Possessed?
merry band of revolutionaries.
Overtaken?
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
More likely to just got yourself killed.
All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest
Just that little look of disappointment on his face.
all this about you being Sid? You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
Clive's just looking on astonished. Jill's got something on her mind, though. Yeah, Jill has something niggling away at her.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Yes, no shit, Clive. No shit.
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could.
They made a monster of her.
And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused.
Just because you had no choice doesn't make it hurt any less.
Before I knew it, I no longer felt anything.
Until you get to that
Anything
stage
at
where
all.
you become inured against it. That's beautiful framing as well.
Had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path.
This has been weighing on her for years.
To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
Yeah.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Byron is long, and there is much to tell the others.
You know, I actually wonder. I wonder if they will do the reverse of expectations here. I actually wonder if Jill will survive and Clive won't. That would be a... I can't say a reversal of expectations, but that would be one way to play it where it wouldn't be quite so predictable as, you know, Jill dying and passing Shiva on and then Clive has to go on alone. Here, be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Here, yes, indeed. Right, I'm just going to do some very quick mopping up. So, editing demo. I hope you're in the mood for some quick cuts. Oh, we got a letter. I've actually come the wrong way. An apple a day? Lad from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning. Sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. I told myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. For the time you catch none but Sid supping on these, what for their foul bite. But for him, it never were about the flavour, but about what they represented. Their ability to make it on our own. Look at us now. Sid would be proud. My Lord Marquis, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome, back at the last of us, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Stillwind those many years ago, a true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians, and am proud to stand alongside you once again. Gav! All quiet in the Dominion. Dalmex and the Imperials were at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realise what a stinking pile of chocobo shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. Okay, so no actual real news, and sometimes no news is good news. We've got a quest over here with Ivan, the kitchen hand. Ooh, what's the plus symbol? Ah, wasn't it the... Yes, no. Did we see a plus symbol for the Chocobo quest? I forget. What have I come up here for? This is what I've come up here for. Come up here for the renown vendor.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Yeah,
To
well,
claim your just
here I am.
desserts.
Pillow talk. Such is the renown of Sid the Outlaw that much of my clientele would rather spend their time prattling on about your endeavours than making any endeavours of their own. For that, I feel I owe you at least a portion of my earnings. A particularly enamoured sort left this on the nightstand might serve you better than it did him.
All yours.
Thank you. Ooh, we don't get to find out
Come
about
again.
that.
I may have more for you.
Right, what is this ring like? And where am I going to equip it? Instead of XP, I'd think. Temporarily increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge. Berserkers of Southern Ash, known for their fearlessness on the field of battle, were known to wear these rings not only on their fingers but pierced all over their bodies from head to toe. Scholars now believe that the unnatural courage they displayed was a result of extended exposure to the concentrated ether imbued in the jewellery that poisoned the blood of its non-bearer wearers and induced madness that ultimately became associated with battle frenzy. Well, that sounds great. Let's wear it. You, August.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Yay?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn.
Ooh.
He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple
Blacksmith
of drinks
quest.
to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff.
Ooh.
But I'm thinking
He's
he
definitely
might
in a
if
bad
we
way
both
then.
Bent his ear, because he respects you, innit?
Does he? Since when?
What'd you say?
If you think it will help.
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's
Now
ready.
that is a considerate man. Well done, Clive.
He'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Okay. Blacksmith's Blues. Okay. Any new marks while we're here, Nectar? No. I should probably go and do those, actually. That's the main story quest. I'm going to ignore that for a little while and get some of the side content done. Jill, are you okay?
It will be over soon. One way or another.
Hashtag foreshadowing. Yes, I feel like they are setting up for a...
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
Torgal's not a monster. Hello, Blackthorn. This is an intervention.
1st August, and now you. What are you pair up to?
Us?
What's it got to do with me?
No idea what you're
August
talking
was
about.
worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit?
Innit? I
What's so
hate
bad
that
about
phrase.
Talk to
Innit?
him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate.
That's not how.
I'm worried about you.
Aww.
Phil, shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid.
But if it's
Not
weighing
the
on
sort
your
of
mind,
thing you bother people about.
maybe you should.
Tell us all the same.
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be.
Okay.
Made my stuff look like every
Oh,
clumsy shit.
he's got blacksmith envy.
Should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
But we've got a lead. I wonder what this is going to lead to. Blacksmithing upgrades?
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale.
It's a great simile. I like that.
Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Yeah, but when it's your life's work.
Pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself.
See, Clive understands
Something
just
tells
like
me
I
this is only
understand.
going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems.
Yes.
We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
Yes, notice
He
bud,
should have bought
not
that
but.
cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
My brain still wants to call her Karen, which is, clearly not how this works. Karen!
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already.
No.
Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one.
Uh-huh.
Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop.
How do you do?
He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working.
Oh, well,
the
we're going to
hides.
have to make this ourselves, or at least find the bits for it.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Griffin hide.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board.
Oh, there isn't?
Curse breakers were placing
Oh.
bets on who'd bag it.
There's going to be now.
And where the bleeding hell was excited. Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe. Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I don't think that's
least
the
you
ones that
admit
I've got
it.
written down.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leather worker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
There's something about Clive's voice which is very soothing. Use the hunt board to locate the griffin. So we're going to have 3 potential hunts to do. And actually, I kind of want to get those done. I'm intrigued as to what the smaller kind of side things are like. Ask about griffin sightings. Did I say you were open to hunt down a griffin, Cuppo? And do I have the billet for you, Cuppo? And especially old one the locals call Dozmare. Dozmare? Dozmare. Aha! Dozmare. While passing along the trail from Lostwing to Caernarvon, one of our order was met with a sudden blast of wind so strong that it bent back the trunks of the old oaks, and heard a cry so terrible that he ran for his life. Questioning the locals revealed that this area was the nesting place of the elder griffin, known as Dozmare, a beast much hated for its appetite even, both for chocobos and for children. Oh, okay. Caernarvon West Gates.
20 minutes later.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey.
Aha.
Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
We're in the right place then. Yoink. Here we go. Hello. Are we going to cock up his plans? Because that would be awkward. Dozmare. Rank B. Right. Time to sit forwards. That's level 28.
Look sharp.
What the? Oops. Far too slow. That leap's a bit weird. Interesting. I've got a new animation for precision dodge. Toggle? Kill? Yeah, it's every time we get a new precision dodge. So is this the berserk ring thing? It lasts until we get hits. Ouch.
That's all ready.
Ow. Ow. Yeah, the leap on that is weird. Uh-oh. Well, at least you know it's very, very clear indeed once you've got the... Oh, that was wind. Yeah, the delay on that. Yeah. Oh, got the parry? Or was that a mini stagger? kind of a shame that gets interrupted. Damn. I couldn't see through the tree. Yeah, this isn't so bad. I am screwing up the timing of things, though. No, not good at that. Oh, okay, that has a weird thing on landing. Oops. Got it. It's a nice visual indicator that I've managed to do something right. Ah. Ow.
To me, boy.
Uh-huh. Probably not wise to use. Oh, got it that time. There. Nice. I win. Yeah, that was a good challenge. That was a good challenge for somebody with poor reflexes, like me. Level up. Scarlatites. One of the hardest metals known to man. Interesting. That's going to be the thing that we're looking for. Bark?
Is something there, boy?
Hello?
Could that be our man?
Looks a bit plain, but you never know. Ah, the quest has updated at least. Wounded Tanner.
Are you alright?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
Yes.
The name's Camille.
Camille.
I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
We need your help.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best.
Nope.
I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can
Yeah,
do.
there's a fair chunk on
Short of
a whole
showing you how
griffin.
to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
Blackthorn all rise to the challenge, though, won't he?
I'll see that he gets it.
Yeah, he's the kind of man that will look at that and say, "Ooh."
I've got some griefs to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
Nice. So it took a little bit of time to find and a little bit of time to kill,
Blackthorn's mood.
but seemingly worth it. The question is, what benefits do we get? Because the little plus symbol things are seemingly quests that unlock something for us if the chocobo is anything to go by. So is it going to be an expanded inventory to craft? Is it going to be new
And with a bit of luck,
upgraded
I might even
levels?
find the geezer.
Bloody.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this. Along with his regards.
A sample of supple hide dressed to the artisan Camille's exacting standards. It has nary a trace of the barnyard musk of lesser leathers, instead smelling faintly of rose hips. I've just stuck in a back pocket.
You're joking.
No? Do I look like a clown? My name is not Kefka.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I
Hear
thought.
the pep in his voice.
I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are.
Tabor.
But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
And now...
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble.
Yeah.
Should have kept my moaning to myself.
You've got a shiny new project.
Glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was
And
the idea.
the benefits to us are...
Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Excellent. That's something at least.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups.
Blackthorn?
Right,
Drinking?
now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to.
Who'd have thought of that?
Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Aww. You're so sweet. Quest complete. And... Drake Slayer's Belt Design Draft. Oh, an item set. Mayhaps. You have obtained the design draft for the Drake Slayer's belt. Design drafts unlock new crafting options. And we need to find specific things for them.
What's that for you, dear?
Drake Slayer's belt. Well, we don't have the stuff for it. We need some electrum from a hunt. Well, that is cool. Oh, and bracelets. Gelatinous mass, also from hunts. That requires scarlatites. That also requires scarlatites, so we'll need to make a choice as to which we make, unless we can find...
That it?
Huh. Huh, I say. I guess it's time then to do a side quest. Well, next time, or after the cut, it will be time to do a side quest and another couple of hunts. That was a B rank hunt. The other hunt that we've got was C rank and a B rank, so I'm assuming the worst will be the B rank. Yeah. Let's get on with it then. Hold on. You? You. It wasn't the wind elemental, it was a harpy. Aruna. Rank C.
If that's what I think it is, this isn't going to be easy.
Not with dodging like that, it's not. Oh, shite. Ow. Ow. Yes. That was very low stagger damage. Ow.
Too slow.
Ow. That was better.
This one.
Over here!
Nice try.
Gotcha. Gotcha again. Get you that time. Probably should have done.
Too slow.
Oops.
Help me, boy.
Yeah. Nice.
Over here!
Like this.
All yours, Go for it!
Ow.
I'm hurt, Torgal. This one.
Ouch.
To me, boy.
Nice try.
Gotcha. That'll do. Not great, but not awful. Notorious Mark slain. Ooh, up to 100 plus renown now. Clouded Eye. Wonderful.
I know I will.
Okay. That's one. The other one was over here somewhere. Aha. Now this is a B rank, so it should be a bit more challenging. Belphegor. 8,000 gil for this bond.
A wild wyvern. In this area.
How did that miss me? Ow. Right, he's got a 3-hitter on his. Ow.
To me, boy.
Nice try.
Nice, got the double. Ow. Oh dear.
Nice try.
This one.
Oh dear. I've died. That could have gone better. To be honest, I blame trying to be clever. Hello, Ambrosia. Clippity clop. Bit of a run back. Did those spiders stay dead? Apparently they do.
Be safe.
Okay. Oh, you're level 30. That's possibly, yeah.
Get him.
Too slow.
Oh, got the parry off that. Not get the time on that.
Nice try. I needed that. Too slow.
There we go. Let's use the limit break. The fact that this enemy is a fair chunk more powerful than we are makes this all the more fun. Oh, he's got a new attack now. Okay. Oh.
Too slow.
Over here.
Why did that hit me?
Nice try. This one.
Okay, that's its closing. Ow, ow.
This one. This one.
Nice try.
Get him.
Gotcha. Yeah, get him, Torgal. Nice. Notorious Mark Slain. 700 XP, 60 AP, 8,000 guild, 20 renown, and a dragon talon. 2 dragon talons, in fact. That was tough. It's tough when you're as bad as I am. Success, however, has been ours.
Early the next morning.
Let's do this side quest. Before we get back to it, Ivan, probably.
For a scholar,
Ivan.
Oh, this? It's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something
Even
delicious.
Morble.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver.
No, with my cooking
From
skills, I
sweet
wouldn't.
roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
But you need something from me.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Sure. How could I refuse?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Let's prioritize this quest. Because it sounds important. Speak with a butcher at Martha's Rest. Hello, Flesher.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
This guy's voice is amazing.
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails.
What?
Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name.
Wonderful.
Chuck 'em in the pot when there
Thus,
weren't nothing else
chances
on offer.
stew, because you're
There's
taking a chance that
war
they're
on
not
that sort of
poisonous.
thing.
I guess.
Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
He's squinty,
Do
this
the
man.
scorpions still live nearby?
We know they
Dare
do.
say they do.
We fought them.
Three reasonably
Clive.
fast back
You could call him
and
Chive. Don't know why.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
We could also buy something off him, just to say thank you. No? Okay.
Scorpions.
Scorpions.
At least I know what I'm up against.
Toggle, kill.
This one.
I wonder actually how they programmed this accessory to fill in the gaps in our combos. Ow. That's the wrong button. That's why that's not working. Sounds like Jill's having a fun time on her own somewhere. There we go. That's the rhythm. I was really struggling to get that for some reason. Getting close to level whatever it is next. The tails of a certain species of scorpion, prized as a delicacy.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Alright. Here we go, Ivan.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did.
I did indeed.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Wait, what? Do we have to try it? Cooking noises.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What the salt on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes.
Complex, meaty notes.
It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you.
Complex, meaty notes.
You're welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single
good.
mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Clive is skeptical. Complex, meaty notes. If I wasn't being sensible about the naming of these episodes, that is entirely what I would call... Ooh, what I'd call this. Increases defense by 30. So we can get just basic accessories for completing side quests. That is rather good to know. Right. Onwards then with the actual main quest for Here Be Monsters. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.